So I went to the supply closet today at work, and I found a pencil with 2 erasers on it. Yeah, it's pretty much pointless.
I thought the joke was pointless because you were frozen.
Should I go ahead and reboot the computer and just get it over with? I'll be back in a second.
Well, we're going to try this again, guys. Welcome to the AFoOL podcast. What number is it?
7.
87. It's
Yes.
still 87. It was 87 when you got disconnected.
Oh, is it now 88? Are we on 88?
Well, I'm Earl, Mardi Gras Man 23. We are in Joey's basement. We hope we stay here for the duration. That's Joey, BrickTrains. And up in the corner is Jabo, aka BrickTsar. And if you order parts from Jabo, you can get a certificate of authenticity.
Oh my goodness, you still got it.
Wow. Awesome.
This fell on the floor. I must have like stuck it on the side, and it was under something. And when I moved something, it fell on the floor. And I looked, it was orange. I was like, "What is that?" I still got my certificate.
You know, wow. It's the original one. You remember what happened to it? The original certificate of authenticities.
What
it
happened
was for the
it was when I was filming the video, I wadded it up and threw it.
Oh. So it's gone.
Yeah.
Did you get one of those in every one of your trains from Bradford Exchange?
Do I get? Oh yeah. They put their certificate of authenticity that you and also get the letter that you were smart to buy this. Like, I just can't believe the Star Trek one is still going on. It's been like 8 years.
Yeah,
one a year, one a quarter.
Well, it used to be like one every three months, and then they just for like a year and a half, I didn't get any. So I thought it ended. I thought, okay, maybe after 15 or whatever. And then I got one. I'm like, okay. And then 6 months would go by. So I don't know what there's no consistency. I'm actually subscribed to 3 different things, and they're not consistent.
Wow.
I wonder how many people are still subscribed to that. Like, how many people make it past 4 or 5 parts?
Yeah, because most of the time when I see stuff for sale, like the Star Wars stuff, they'll only have like the first 4 or 5, and it's just we're talking about Bradford Exchange, Hawthorne Village stuff.
Yeah, we haven't even started. We haven't even started yet, and we're off topic.
Yeah, in a rabbit hole. We started in a rabbit hole. I had to reboot, had to do everything. So should we talk about BrickLink? I mean, I don't have a vault
So I haven't really talked much about it on my channel.
Okay.
So I did want to talk about it in this episode because there's something I've noticed on the internet that kind of bugs me.
Okay. I pull up. I think what you're referencing is their official. I rebooted a computer, so all the screens I had open closed.
Oh,
nice.
Well, that's why you were running slow, because you had too many screens open.
Oh, that's
and you had a video playing in the background on one of them.
Maybe.
No, I have that. Well, you probably don't run since you don't watch sports. Like, I'll have ESPN or something open, and then when I go to that window, there's a video playing. I'm like, ugh. Like the ads, they have video ads.
Oh, right.
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 If I leave that window open, it's just running nonstop.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you're not logged into BrickSet.
Yeah. You're right. That's exactly. BrickSet is the most incredible website outside of BrickLink, and yet if you're not logged in, it's incredibly annoying.
It's horrible.
It absolutely is, and it's starting to sneak out a little bit even around that, because they got a little what's it supposed to do? Let you gives you notifications, and every once in a while that thing creeps back in after I've turned it off 100 times. But anyway, okay, back to BrickLink, and they were not hacked.
Correct. And so I still, and like I was watching, so Maniac for Bricks, did a video today, and it's like people were in the comment section talking about BrickLink getting hacked. I'm like, it didn't get hacked. So I didn't comment because I didn't want to, because it would just send me down a rant.
Right.
And all these YouTubers are doing videos, and I see people commenting on my video. I think I delete some of the comments because BrickLink did not get hacked.
Right. Several accounts got hacked.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple accounts got hacked, and they were dealing fraudulently, and that was affecting people that didn't get hacked.
Right.
And then somebody posted on the forum that they were wanting a ransom for $50,000. I'm like, that doesn't mean they got hacked. Just because you can say anything you want on a forum. That doesn't make it real.
Well, and ransomware typically, and I'm going to speak out of hat here, but it typically isn't a website, right? Websites are virtual, right? So even whatever security BrickLink has, the web server, whoever's hosting it, also has security, and their stuff is so many layers before. So yeah, you could disrupt the website or hack accounts or something like that, but to actually just say, hey, we're taking your website, unless you did some kind of domain thing or DNS, there are hacks, don't get me wrong. There are ways of taking a website out, but
it does happen.
It can happen, yeah, but not usually by a ransomware. Just like you said, somebody post a ransom, say, hey, I want 50,000 Bitcoin.
A ransom, they would lock it down.
Yes.
And encrypt it, and you wouldn't have access to it.
Yeah, they did that to the college. Our college, they got hacked with ransomware, and it was for a weekend. The students couldn't even use their key cards to get in their dorms, because they were locked out of everything. So they just decided, they were going to rebuild all their software, and like 8 months later, they still didn't have Wi-Fi at the baseball field, so they couldn't broadcast the radio game.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty frustrating.
But that is more than likely that was a computer that got ransomware. That was could have been a school server. They had access.
It was one of the servers.
A lot of governments will get hacked because they have email and they have to be connected to the internet for some of the things that they use. And that's why they'll get hacked. And if somebody responds to an email that looks official, and
let them in.
But it's easy. People use such dumb passwords, and that people respond to emails, and that's how individuals get their accounts hacked. But when they steal if they steal my password on BrickLink and get access to my account, the worst thing that they can do
is get BrickLink.
Is like delete my store, or they can't. They can't do anything. They don't have my financial information.
Right.
They don't have access to PayPal. They don't. The only thing is if they had got your password somehow, and this is kind of what happened here with credential stuffing, is they've gotten an old list or an old password or an old whatever, and you use the same login or same email and password combination somewhere else. Yes. And a long time ago, I used same email address, and I was dumb about using the same password, and eventually it was a financial institution said, hey, we're done with you. You need to fix this because this email is associated on a blacklist, and this is the password that it says it's on that password. And when I looked at that, I went, oh crap. And every password I have now has changed, and most of them are changed to different email addresses and stuff too. So
So I think they had to have some kind of access, to get into closed stores. I mean,
I think the way I'm seeing it, they got into that account for that closed store, opened it, and then started creating havoc by fraudulent transactions and stuff. So
so they were putting stuff at lowball prices to get, and then, but even with that, you can only do so many, before you get the non-paying or non-sending sellers, and and all the people can. Well, I take it back. The people that they got were doing bank transfers, and that's if it was PayPal or credit card, the money would come back. But the bank transfer, I see that so common, and I guess it's cheaper but it seems to me very dangerous. But it's very common in Europe to do the bank transfers.
Bank transfers. Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
But
To me, it's much safer to just do the third party. Anything I buy online is usually I try to use, like a PayPal or some other system, just to have somebody else in between,
Yeah.
me and the world and the bank.
But I think because people just run with whatever they hear, I don't think this will ever go away. I mean, 5 years from now, people will be talking about the BrickLink hack of 2023.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they don't. I mean, it seems to me that they've done a pretty decent job of explaining what had happened, and let's just face it, the general public's just going to say they got hacked. It's just too easy to say and just be done with it, when in reality,
that's what it's going to.
Some of their users got hacked.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
yeah, but
we can go down the road about did they? I'm sorry. We can go down the road of whether they just went with the nuclear option by closing it down for so long, or was there other things, or did they just not understand yet? I'm good with them being cautious. It does seem like the type of attack, even if there was ransom requests on those accounts, it still seems like they took a very long time to fix it.
So I don't know how many accounts got hacked.
Yeah, I don't either.
And they may have closed it down for their security purpose, to make sure that there wasn't any backdoors into the Lego site through,
Yeah,
they might check all that kind of stuff. And
I think they were vulnerable to credential stuffing, because now I get an email. Well, okay.
Every time somebody logs in now, I get an email, which never happened before.
Correct.
So they set that up
in
this time they were
and
off.
I've changed my password. The first time I logged in was on my iPad. Changed my password. Then when I logged in on my laptop, it wanted me to change my password again.
Yeah. And my wife uses different devices when she picks orders, and I was like, okay, we got everybody logged in, but no, when she logged in today to pick an order, I get an email. And so the first time, and they said that on the post that you're going to have to reset your password.
Right.
So you get the reset password email, and I'm like, I hope that the scammers don't start sending out reset your password emails.
But they can.
Yeah.
They can.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a link in the email, because that's always the thing, right? If you click a link in an email, you're had, lad.
Yeah.
Go back to the website, or they give you a number that then I can't even remember now. I just did it 2 or 3 days ago, and there's always a way of not just don't click.
So on a brighter note, I reopened my store, and I've had 4 orders in like 5 or 6 days. So I'm rolling, baby.
There you go.
Yeah.
I still see a lot of orange stickers, though. You got some.
Yeah, well, that's from the last 2 orders.
Nice.
Do you get coincidental orders? Like I got, so the last 2 orders I got, both of them were just minifigure parts.
It happens sometimes, where you have orders that are not necessarily the same parts, but they just seem to have a similar feel. Like there was a period where I was like, okay, these are a bunch of Bionicle orders. I mean, I got like 3 or 4 Bionicle orders in a week from 3 or 4 different people.
Right.
And they weren't the same parts, but I'm like, I have added a lot of Bionicle parts. So that might have had something to do with it. But today, and before the podcast started, I was trying to figure out what it is, because I picked an order 2 days ago, and the one thing that stood out, they ordered 2 blue 2x2 dishes and 2 trans blue, but I can't speak. The little round dishes.
The little dish, yes.
Yeah, the translucent blue. They ordered 2, and they ordered 8 red ones. And I just got an order today, same thing. And then I started looking through, and I was like, oh, these are some of the same parts the other guy had. So I was like, is this one of the mock pop-up store orders?
Right.
I couldn't figure out which one it was. It's either that or a mock that they've purchased, but it was like, okay, these are very similar orders, and they're large, like almost 100. Well, one was 100 lots. So.
Wow. So you could very well be somebody just two 2 mocks. That is kind of weird. Well, it means you had the parts that they needed.
Yeah.
Right. So whatever they were doing, you just happen to have. And I think that's I'll see that. Whereas something I had hit a threshold. All of a sudden now I'm either in the top 10 stores of cheapest.
Yeah.
Right. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, look, they're buying.
Yeah, that's
that's
gone,
when your minifigures start selling out. Is when they're the lowest.
Yeah, I had I just stole 2 instruction manuals from Lord of the Rings sets, and I was like, ooh, 12 cents. I wonder if this is a mistake. I wonder if now this is like a $20 instruction manual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always get nervous about that.
So I don't even go searching and looking. I just because I don't want to know.
Just let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, I did do the mistake. So y'all don't use BrickTsar to upload, and I was editing a price on something, and I changed everything in an upload to 4 cents.
Yikes!
Which is fine for like a lot of parts,
right?
But I had
Not
a part.
all of them.
Yeah, it's so, and somebody went and wiped out a lot, and that's how I was like, "Why is this 4 cents? This shouldn't be 4 cents." I mean, it should have been like 12 cents, but it's like I figured out what happened, and I was able to go back and change everything.
Yeah, that'll change you pretty quick in the cheapest.
So you had mentioned when BrickLink went down, you were in the middle of parting out the Black Panther.
Yeah.
So how did you have like lost parts because you didn't get them put away, or
no? I needed to know what drawer they went in.
Okay.
So, and then what I was doing, I would do like several bags instead of. I have found that I just need to just go through the bags and just put them away instead of like trying to compile things. So it means I may put something in a drawer more than one time.
Gotcha.
And so I would go through a bunch of bags until I had a lot of parts, and then I would come down here and put them away. And I didn't leave that. If I had just left that page open, I could have still gone through it because it would be in the cache on my computer, but I didn't. So I didn't know and I didn't download it, so I didn't know what drawer stuff was in.
Yeah.
So
I had all these parts just laying around and not able to put them in their drawer, and that's what I meant.
Okay.
But it didn't mess up my quantities or anything. I actually hadn't even put them in the store yet. I would just what I do is I put them in the drawer, and when I'm done, then I upload them to BrickLink.
Yeah.
So you have more parts in the drawer than what BrickLink says.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way you were talking, I was thinking you had like so many parts put away, and you lost that screen or whatever. So you had. I was like, "Ooh, how did he find that?"
No, that would be tough. Yeah. Sometimes I'm not good at explaining what I mean. I'm terrible about thinking one thing, saying something different, and not realizing how it's coming across. Yeah, I leave some unfinished things on the table when I get done with a video sometimes.
Well, that happens. So who you said
I got my book.
You got yours?
Man, you beat me. I know.
Your credit card?
Yeah, it was because I paid for it with my debit card, and my debit card had got hacked. So
you may have saved $5.
Yeah, I think it's cheaper.
It's cheaper now on Amazon.
That's what I actually did. I canceled it so I could reorder it. Now it's just a matter of remembering to reorder it.
Yeah, I meant to come do the video as quickly as possible because I wanted to put the affiliate link for it in case other people buy it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I'll have to buy it through your affiliate link.
Yeah, you can use any of them. Just click through the affiliate. If you see an Amazon affiliate link on any video, just click through it. And
I think it has to be my favorite picture.
A vintage aisle picture.
Yes, because I'm like into the vintage store type stuff. What do you think? KB Toys, Children's Palace, or Toys R Us? I know it's hard to see from you guys.
I would like to know where they get those pictures like that. Because
I don't know.
Look at all the
pictures. I don't know why people
look at all those up there. Those are hundreds of dollars now, $300 or $400 a piece.
This is what I talk about when we talk about things that are rare.
Right, it wasn't rare.
That picture came out. That was not rare.
Nope.
And so things that aren't rare, people don't think to keep them.
Right. They do not.
But it's the one thing. If I had a time machine, well, if I had a time machine, I would know what things to buy. But I just wish I had taken pictures of stuff over the years, like Lionel Playworld, Milton Bradley, even Toys R Us, and Walmart, Grants. All these stores I went in, I just wish I had pictures of what the aisles look like, because I have them roughly in my mind, but
I
you know how
wish
your
I
brain
had.
doesn't remember things.
Yeah, I wish I had pictures of the Target that had all the my own train and the ice train and the my own train.
I had 100
I
of
mean,
them.
it was a whole aisle
Yeah.
of marked.
Yeah.
Kevin Hinkle has some pictures of the store he worked in, and it was like one of the discount stores. It was a Lego store, but it was a what do they call that? It's where a closeout store or whatever. And he had pictures of, I don't know what it was, a castle or my own train or something, but it's just piles of them all on. I remember them showing that picture back on Forever Sorting when him and Julian were doing that series. I loved that. I was like, oh man, that's such a great picture. So,
yeah, I don't think we'll ever see that kind of overstock.
No, I don't think. Well, I don't know. The
Black Panther bus.
Yeah, the Black Panther bus is still out.
You haven't seen them in stores because
that thing.
But
what are we on the Galaxy Explorer?
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Is this the second holiday season for that?
No, I think this is the third.
Is it the third?
I wonder if it's a good seller, and that's why we keep seeing it.
Maybe. And if that's the case, that's great.
Yeah,
right.
That's great. If it's because they're just trying to unload stock, I don't know.
But I've seen things that, like the Vladix Castle. I mean, it was another one of those things that I went into Target and it's an entire row just of that one set.
Oh my!
And that would be like a high demand set now.
Right. Right.
So over the years, back in that the 90s and early 2000s, you would see stuff like that more often.
So I wonder, back then, I mean, now I guess they just discount it until it's gone. But were they doing that back then too, or did they ever send it back? Or send it?
I don't know.
To be recycled.
So a lot of things now end up in those bargain hunts. Those dirt cheap type stores now, or they donate them to Goodwill or whatever arrangement they have with Goodwill. But back then, it was the holiday would come, and then they would just start with the markdowns
right
through, and they were slower, but by January everything would be gone because you would eventually get to the 75 to 90%.
Yeah, mark. I guess that's true. You just price it till it's gone. So.
Yeah. But that's why I would go in like Target. It was either Wednesday or Thursday would be their markdown day, and I would go to like 15 different Targets and I would see what stock they had, and then the one that had the most, that's the one I would be at at 8:00 on Wednesday or Thursday, whichever day it was, and then that's how I would find the amazing deals. It's like they literally would be marking them down while I'm standing there.
Wow.
And that's when you worked overnight, right?
I was actually, well, yeah. I went back and forth. At the time I got them, all those UCS sets, I was working day shift, so I probably shouldn't have been over there. Don't tell anybody. I had a job at Target.
You had a job at Target, or you just had a red shirt?
I had a red shirt. I did. I did have a red shirt.
Yeah. You're like Jason. You walked in, people said, "Hey, do you work here?"
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it when he said that. I was just like, yeah.
Well, I thought Alex was going to say that when he kept saying, I'm in my apron and my tie, and I got And I thought that's where he was going. The lady was going to say, "Do you work here?" And he'd be like, "No, I found this in my car. I figured why not."
Oh my gosh. So, speaking of them guys, my mind just went blank. They were talking about haggling, and since we were just talking about price and stuff. Now, you guys, let's just ask. Do you guys like to haggle? Like, if you were to see something at a yard sale or whatever, like if we go to the yard sales at the conventions, you know, do you feel comfortable haggling with them, or do you I don't know, what's your thinking on it?
It don't bother me.
Okay.
I'll go if you say they have $200. I'll say, "Hey, would you take 150?" What they going to do?
Say no, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right? And if
Well,
they say no, say, "Okay, well, I don't want to pay 200, so thank you. Go on, move on."
Move
I mean,
on.
it's just that simple.
Yeah, I usually, when people message me, for instance, and I got this, you want to buy it? And I give them a price, and they're like, "Well, that's not worth." I'm like, I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to back and forth. Just tell me what you want for it, and I'll tell you yes or no.
Right.
Because if you ask me, I'm going to say something low.
Right.
I mean, we do it on eBay whenever it says make offer. I'll throw an offer out there.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and I grew up with my dad had, trains, so TCA conventions, right? And you go to a TCA convention, you put a table out with the stuff that was on it, and then you walked around and you talked to the other. And that haggling was that was the way it was done. You knew if you had $100 item, you put $200 on the table.
Yeah.
And that was just the way. So I have no problem with it.
See, that's if somebody puts 300 on it, in my mind, it's like that's not worth 300. So
Right.
I'm going to offer you this. If you don't want it, you think you're going to get 300. Good for you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like that. There's a set right there. That's
the sealed.
Yeah, that's sealed. Somebody wanted me to sell me one for 400.
Yeah.
I paid 25 for mine.
Yeah.
So.
But that's being patient.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference between haggling and being patient. You just patiently wait. The my own train set is still on eBay.
Oh, that's not good for sale.
Well, no. And the other the blister pack, the Samsonite blister pack, is still up there for $700-800, whatever it is, $799. Yeah. And I offered that guy a ridiculously low price, and he came back with $2,500. So, but I'm not going to keep haggling. He thinks he's got something, and I'm just not going to do it.
I just like I went to a train show. You're talking about the train show, and a guy he would buy like used lots or whatever, like bulk lots from estate sales and stuff. And he was more into one particular scale, but he had the G scale track.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, I'll, and it was low price. He's like, hey, I got more. We take all of it. I'm like, yeah. And he gave me like a dirt cheap price. I mean, I didn't even haggle with him. He was so glad that I was clearing. I was like, man, I'm glad I told him yes, because he gave me like cases of stuff, and they would have been so. If I went and bought it at a store, it'd be ridiculous how much it is.
Yeah, I think G scale track, even the cheap stuff's well over $5 a foot. If it's not closer to $10 a foot now. I don't even know. It's been quite a while.
Yeah, it's not as expensive as FX tracks. No.
Oh my goodness! Speaking of the FX tracks.
Well, I got them working now, though. They're fine.
Okay.
They're fine.
Yeah, well, if you'd have listened to Dakota, you probably wouldn't have had a problem.
That's funny. That was so funny.
Well, and what kills me is there are switches. There are Lego switches over there in that area that I tried to put it, and the trains run through that area all the time just fine. But it does the FX switches, the 9-volt switches.
They have to be on a smooth surface.
They got to be on a flat surface.
They can't be on studs.
Well, part of them can, and part of them have to be tiled because they're not. Yeah. They don't have an anti-stud on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
And I had all that worked out, and it took me a little bit to get all that worked out just to get them to lay flat. But there was, and I'm assuming because I took it from that side of the layout to the other side where it is solid on that bridge. That bridge ain't going on. I can stand on that bridge. The other side, it does have a little bit of a dip in it or something, and that's the only thing I can think that doesn't like. The frog is raised up and it bumps through it. Now, if you're going straight, right, you're not diverging, it's fine because it's the frog on the diverging that is bumps, and
that's what was causing the to flip over.
It looked like it, yeah. Plus, just a little bit of a sag there, and it just flopped. I mean, it wasn't like it just derailed it did derail the train a couple times, but I mean, it just flopped over like somebody smacked it. I was like, "Good Lord, this is a mess." It took like 3 days to film those 2 videos, and yeah, I was not having good days anyway, and other things going on in our life anyway. So I really just wasn't in the mindset to mess with it. So those are not great videos, but it is working. Somebody did comment on the second video, and they said if I take the track back up, there is a jumper or something that I can switch or take apart, and it'll disconnect the power on the diverging track. Because the problem I have is the big boy was sitting on the bridge, which has 9-volt track, and I was getting ready to run the Metro liner, and when the big boy came by and hit the switch, the Metro liner took off
because
the big boy has 9-volt motor in the front, so the power functions ran power down to the wheels, and when it hit that 9-volt, the Metro liner, I was like, wait, what happened there? Wait, what? So
yeah, I had that happen with my HO scale layout because it's track controlled as well,
right.
And if I flip the wrong switch and a train goes onto a siding that power is for another siding, it's on the same switch as and if there's an engine part so it's on a totally different siding, when it crosses the frog, it like sends that juice to the other siding. It's very complicated.
It's crazy how that works, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is kind of crazy. And considering half my layout is plastic and half my layout is 9-volt, it kind of surprised me. So, but they're expensive. Lego switches are expensive, but it filled the need that I wanted. When that was it basically took the place of that crossover. Lego made a crossover switch, which was ridiculous because if you didn't have it set right, your trains will run into each other. You had to really pay attention to it.
It was for people that only had one train, basically, is what it was for.
And then one of the
other Lego thinks everybody in the world only has one set.
Yeah, that's true. So at any rate, I'm good now. So Brick World registration opened this week, which was 2 weeks ago when you're seeing this, if you're seeing it on day 1.
And what weekend is that?
It's June 16th or something like that. I closed all my browser windows.
I want to go. Let's see.
I want y'all to go. Y'all need to go.
Brick World.
That's Chicago, right?
Chicago.
The thing is, I want to go, but I don't want to bring anything.
You don't have to. And also, if you guys want to think about it, there is the weekend only. So they have the Saturday, Sunday pass, which still gets you into. See, I think World of Lights is on Saturday night usually. So it gets you into the things that are going on Saturday and Sunday, and the passes are a lot cheaper if you don't want to do a whole week there or start at Wednesday, which I already paid for the Wednesday through Sunday passes for me and Heather. We'll go. It seemed like they got a little more expensive this year, but
I can't. Wait a minute. What is this? It location and tickets.
It's kind of. Do you have a Brick World account already?
I don't, because I've never been.
You'll have to set up an account or whatever to get there. I'm trying to find. Let's see, Brick World, Chicago, June 15th and 16th is the weekend.
June 15th. Oh, okay.
So it'd start the Wednesday before that.
They have one in Milwaukee. What?
Oh, they have them all over. Yeah.
These
They're
are
having
on
a
the same region. They're on that. Is that what you call that? The Midwest?
I think I'm in the Midwest, but
This is the
Northeast. Yeah,
North Midwest East.
Yeah, something like that, exactly. And they're having another one. They're gonna when's it? In December, they're having another Brick World Chicago, which I think is so confusing because it's not a convention, it's just a show, like a Brick Universe. Right? It's people that are most likely indie lug, but it's people from up in that area. They're just going to set up displays, and it's going to be a fraction of the normal size, but it's just for the public to come in and see. It's not for AFoOLs to go and hang out. So, but I'm afraid that's going to get. I think they're calling it Holiday Joy, but it's in Chicago, and it's at.
That's what the Holiday Joy is.
Yeah, it's at the Renaissance too. So it's like it's in the same spot. It's in Chicago. People are going to get confused.
The Schaumburg, is that where it's
Schaumburg, Illinois, yeah.
All right. So how much is $20?
That's just general admission ticket.
I know.
That's not a registration.
I mean, if it's $20, how much is the exhibitor thing?
Hang on.
I can't see.
You don't want to know. Here, I'll send you the pin. Control C. I'll send it in. Make sure I'm in the right spot. Go to that link. Instagram. I just sent it on Instagram.
I was about to say, where's this thing going? Instagram.
Speaking of Instagram, is it like getting almost useless? It seems to me like.
So, Instagram, like YouTube, decided they wanted to be TikTok, and they tricked a lot of people into making reels because they were paying them. I was one of them. I got paid. If I had known it was that easy to get paid, I would have done it when they first started doing it. But then they just, okay, we're done paying people, but they still want you to do reels. So they've turned their platform from what it was really good at, being a place to share pictures. And actually I like it for doing chat with people. It's like my preferred way to contact people is through Instagram chat.
Right.
And apparently I can also use video there to make phone calls with people.
Yeah.
But
you can also pocket dial.
Yeah, pocket dial people in Ireland. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's like I find myself not looking at it that much anymore.
Yes. I will. The people that I try to keep, that I'm kind of you or I don't want to say people's names and I'll leave somebody out, but there are people that I follow and I would try to find it, but there's just so much clutter. It seems like
they don't. My feed is not like if I've looked at somebody's picture, they'll never show it to me again.
Right.
So like if I'm looking, I was like, oh, now I got to go find the user and click on them because it's like it's just all this other stuff that I don't follow that's in there.
Yeah,
I'm not a For You person. So
you scroll through a couple pictures and then you'll get to a reel, and then all of a sudden you'll be going through reels like TikTok, and it's nobody you follow or
right. It doesn't take long to.
I don't look at it that often. I mean, I get the alerts, so I look at those consistently. But as far as just looking at pictures and scrolling through it, I don't do that too much anymore.
Yeah, and I just like the strengths of these different sites. They go away from them in chasing what they think is going to make them more money, and it doesn't. I don't think.
Well, and it seems that it's all just chasing it down to smaller and smaller, quicker, easier to digest crap, and then you just keep digesting more of it, I guess. I don't know. I do not have I have a TikTok account because it's one branded for BrickTrains, but I don't even have the app on my phone anymore. And I haven't logged in on the website and I don't know how long, so I have no idea what's actually. Hopefully, nothing bad is going on there. But
No, I mean nothing's happening if you're not looking. But it's like
right,
I find that TikTok is actually pretty good if you control what you take in.
right,
It will recommend you those things. But if you go down the rabbit holes where you start following things they suggest, you'll quickly get away from
yeah.
things that you actually want to watch. So
Well, and that's like YouTube, even with
yeah,
their YouTube Shorts, because it's not, you get fed another. If you're in the Shorts thing on your, especially on the app, you're gonna get on the webpage too. You just whatever comes up next is not necessarily something you subscribe to. It's just something that is popular that they try to push. And if God forbid you sit there and watch 30 seconds of somebody falling down and being silly or stupid or whatever, because then the next 30 of them are going to be the same thing. It's like, you just can't get away from it back.
yeah.
I don't know. And then every once in a while, there'll be one of the master builders building something at Legoland. I'm like, oh, listen. So you try to like it. It's like, I want to see more of that.
Yeah.
Less of the silly crap. So
what is this you have on here about the modular buildings compatible models added to Pick-a-Brick?
Okay, so this is
That
one
was that was the big reveal from the Lego.
I thought the big reveal was the gift with purchase that everybody knew about a month in advance.
That was, I mean, that too.
Okay, well, let me see if I can reopen it because I need you guys' help to show me how to get to this from a Lego webpage. So I'm going to pull up BrickTsar. I'm going to go ahead and share. Present. Share screen. Share a window. This should be easier. StreamYard. Okay, so this is the article from BrickTsar. Okay, so there's a winter scene. This is the one, Jabo, I think you sent the instructions, and then there's another one that looks like a little construction zone, and these are 16 wide by however deep. So it's like a half section of a modular. So if you have the assembly square, or if you have the new museum, these are going to be handy to kind of fill in a spot if you're staying in that 32 by 32, or maybe you just want space in between them. Here's the thing. You can download the instructions, which is cool. And I think that resolves to a Lego web page. Okay, cool. Print the instructions out. I like it. It's a freebie, like that. But here's the part that is weird. If you click on the order pieces, okay, it takes you to Pick-a-Brick online, and it's pre-set up to tell you these parts.
Unavailable pieces.
Well, they're unavailable, yeah, but they have it set up that you should be able to buy those parts for that. A la the mock pop-up store.
Yeah. Oh, I need to order that bicycle tile then.
Oh, yeah, that bicycle tile is cool, yeah. I'm just saying, I think I said all along the mock pop-up store. I sat through a seminar at last year's Brick World about the mock pop-up store, and I said then, I told my wife and the people we were with, I said they are practicing with BrickLink so they can figure out how to streamline and update their version of their Pick-a-Brick wall.
So is there a chance that you're just, this is like a preview, and the reason it's unavailable is because you're not able to purchase from it yet?
I don't.
You can't even add those parts individually.
Well, I mean, these supposedly the parts that it's showing here are the parts you need, but some of them are unavailable because it's like you need that bicycle tile and some of these other. I can't blow that up. It won't let me blow it up.
There's unavailable pieces. Are you able to click on that, or is that just?
Which ones are unavailable?
Where it says unavailable pieces.
No,
okay. I don't know what.
I don't know what the functionality is here because you can't get. I haven't been able to find how to get here by starting at Lego.com.
Oh.
And if I look through the URL up here for it, if you look at that and you see how it's resolved, it says. It goes Pick-a-Brick, blah, blah, blah. You go, well, that'll just take you to the Pick-a-Brick thing. But then it has a variable. I'm just going to call it a variable. But element group, and then has element group number, which means looks to me like they could just say, hey, here's the new modulars and all the parts that go in it. and just dump it in there if they wanted. And you could buy it that way if they wanted. It's like a wanted list off of BrickLink. Too much thoughts going on here.
Well, they're not, it's a highly labor intensive thing
for them to pick. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I don't see where they're going to want to replace BrickLink or
no, but I could see where they would want to be the #1 new parts seller. Right? Why would they not want to be? Other than, to your point,
I just
it's
know that
labor intensive.
People hated the mock pop-up store because of I think what people do is they look at the price of everything.
Yeah.
And go from there. And that's pretty expensive. Some of these, I mean, they're for basically a few bricks on a plate. It's like $26.
Right.
That's pretty expensive.
Right.
It's not even a building. It's
right
with a minifigure.
Right. Oh no. Yeah.
Like go back. Let's look at the prices. $31 for that.
Right.
All right.
It's $25 for the other one.
And of course, a big part of that's the
one.
base plate. I don't know how much the 16x32 base plate is on Pick a Brick.
Yeah, I don't need. Is that even one of the? Let's look at the. Was that even one of the pieces?
I bet you that's it's probably one of the out of stock pieces.
Right. Oh, nope, there it is.
Right there.
$4. Yeah, that's most of the price right there. Is it going to let me click on it to order it? Well, that's the problem, right? There's one of them that's not available.
In one set.
Is any of these available?
Man.
I'm just wondering if it's still too early. This is like a preview.
Earlier, this out of stock was not ghosted like it was, but I can't remember what it said then. I'm just wondering if these parts have all been, if they're just sold out of them. Can I click on any of these and buy them? I mean, it doesn't let me add them to my thing, does it?
It's very confusing.
Just go to BrickLink.
What's that part number 240?
It's 74040, I think, is what you're going to want to look for.
I don't even know how to get the bricks and pieces. Everybody buys stuff all the time on bricks and pieces. I'm like, why? I never continue to find it.
Oh, there. Just let me take it and put it in my thing. But that was weird. The way
Joey,
it did that.
If the purple helmet or the purple space.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody always sees stuff like that. There's like, it's on there. And I'm like, no, it's not.
Okay, well, you'll have to let's see. What was the number on that?
That is a very good question.
To search from where I'm at here. I'm going to have to.
Oh, I think I have one over here. The one with the purple helmet. The poly bag. Hold on.
Yeah, I need a set number. Is easiest.
Helmet.
It's 40608.
40608. Okay. I do not see the purple helmet. So it's not available.
40608.
40608. Yeah.
That's not right.
Well, that's the poly bag.
Yeah.
And it's in the poly bag. It's the Halloween poly bag. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got. Let's see if I can do it. Can I pick it up? I can.
There he is. Why did you make me get up and get mine?
I don't know. Sorry, I wasn't thinking about
Set of the day.
There it is. Set of the
there
day.
is the set of the day, ladies and gentlemen. We're a little late in the program.
It's an insider.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of purple helmets, I've been building a wanted list for this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me stop sharing because that will be screen that. Let me get out of this. Let's get out of that. So yeah, the design thing that they did. What was it called? Yeah, the
DS23.
Yeah.
Design Seminar 2023.
Yep. So
Lego employees only.
Yeah, Lego. Yes, very limited. Less than 100 people. Less than 500
No, it's
people.
like 300 and something.
300.
Supposed to be Lego designers only.
Yeah,
I
so
think it's
once again
Lego.
showing that Lego can make things that they know a lot of their fans would want, but only for themselves.
Well, I'm working on the wanted list because I found or somebody sent me the instructions, so I have the PDF, the whole thing. Da, da, da. So I'm building a wanted list to get the parts, and everything is, everything's available except the little purple guy. You still got to part him together.
What about the
brick.
is it? Yeah, the DC whatever 23.
DS23 purple
Yeah,
2x4 brick.
That's probably a sticker.
So-
Jabo found the records, so the records are available. Everything else seems to be available except for that DC.
Even those purple angled bricks, are those in purple somewhere?
There
What
are.
are
Are you getting ready to tell me those are not available?
I don't know. I just,
Oh my gosh!
I'm just asking.
No. Okay, so that you're
I don't know what
about
that part
these right
number
here?
is. No. No, there's
That looks like blue. That's purple.
those are
purple.
slopes. Those are slopes.
Okay, so which one are you talking about?
They're like angled, like at a 45-degree angle. It's
The little hinges?
yeah.
Okay, so that's a hinge.
Oh, it's a hinge. I thought it was one brick.
Well, it is. It's a single item, but it's a newer hinge. Let's see if I can find it. Now
What's
you're gonna
part
send me
number?
down on a rabbit hole. I
Tell
don't
me
know what
part-
the part number is.
Hinge.
I don't know. I hadn't got
Is it
that
a
far in
hinge?
the. It's a hinge.
Like a movable hinge.
Yeah, a round hinge. It turns.
I
Oh
can't tell from the
Lord! If you just type in hinge, you get
10,000 pieces.
yeah 919 pieces.
Let me see if I'll go look at my picture of that.
It might be easier to go to dark purple and just look at those parts.
Yeah. I gotta know what I'm looking for though.
Let me look at the dark purple real quick and see. I'll go that route. Okay, market color guide, dark purple.
No, it's not a hinge.
Okay.
Is it?
I don't know. You show me the picture you're looking at.
This.
Yes, that's a hinge.
That's
I'm
a
sure-
hinge.
That doesn't move. I know what
It doesn't
part that
move?
is. No, that doesn't move. I've seen that
It looks
part before.
fixed.
I've
What's
seen
the
it.
color?
It is. I've seen it in. I think I have some in my store in gray and light bluish gray.
Well, then what is it? I would have looked for
Is
hinge.
it a
I've never-
modified brick?
Modified brick. Brick or plate?
I don't know.
I think it's two. It's two. It's like it's a brick is 3 high. A plate's 1 high. It's a 2 high. I think.
Okay. So plate
I don't know
modified.
how this is the BrickLink challenge. How is BrickLink describe it?
Let me.
Right.
Like I said, I think I have some of those in my store. So let me look.
79846.
You found it?
How
Yes.
did you find that?
Because I went to colors and looked under modified plate.
That's
You're
what
right. I
was
thought
gonna
it was a hinge.
do. I was going to
Oh,
go
so
to
it does
colors in my
exist.
store.
It does exist in purple.
Yay.
Let's see what set that came in.
You gave me a hard time.
2
40
sets. Oh my goodness. 2 Ninjago sets. Is it on Pick a Brick?
Oh.
Because these sets are from 2022.
So hang on. I'm still adding it to my wanted list.
But
So
you can buy them on BrickLink for like 14 cents.
Yep.
Oh,
Not
well,
this
then
month.
There you go. There you go.
All right. I got them added. So that's not okay. Crisis averted.
So
You scared me.
you lost because of the '89 Batman polybag. Is that the polybag we're talking about?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could have got that at Walmart. Yours isn't available in your area?
I haven't seen it anywhere.
Man, they are both my Walmarts, just handfuls. I'm hoping they get marked down like
I
the
go-
Doctor Strange ones did.
The only thing I see at Walmart are like Ninjago poly bags. So it's like,
Well, next time, tell me. I'll grab you one.
well,
Well,
and
next
you know
time,
what's funny is that there's nothing
Ooh.
else still.
speaking of Walmart, and one of my Walmarts has two CMF Marvel CMF shippers, side panels. They're hardly missing any figs. And they were there before I went on vacation, and which was the last 3 weeks ago. And when did I go in there? Yesterday, day before yesterday. They look exactly the same. They're missing 3 or 4 figs off of it.
These are the ones like with the pegs on them, or the one where it slides through.
The ones like I usually send you. Except they're different. They don't have a. It's just like an empty box now. They don't have a header on it.
Oh.
So they have the graphics on the
sides,
but not on the front. But yeah, so I was like, I don't know if it's just because it's my area, but apparently that was a quick fad.
Yeah, so I guess the question is it's the same question we were talking about earlier. Did they overproduce or are they underselling? Is that I mean, I would assume that's the big Christmas push for that particular set. So they would assume that there was going to be plenty of them through holiday season. And is it just the AFoOLs that are crying about it? Or is the general public worried about it?
I'm getting old here. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think people don't want duplicates of these. For some reason.
Well,
yeah, I don't.
And I like that they did some obscure character references, but I have seen a lot of people complain about that because they don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
It is I was looking at it just.
I didn't know who a couple of them were. I didn't know who a couple of them was. What's her name? Echo.
They're making a movie out of her.
I know. That's why they made her, obviously.
Yeah.
But
and Werewolf by Night, no, is not a character I care 2 cents about.
Well, I kind of knew what that was.
It's an important one in the history of Marvel.
I kind of knew what that was because I watched. There's actually I think it's on Disney Plus. There's a black and white movie. That's probably why they made that fig. I thought it was a series, but it's like a little short movie. It's like an hour and 15 minutes, something like that.
But isn't there also some cartoons where like Agnes was in them or something that were some of these characters came from? And they're based more off the comic book looking characters than like MCU characters. Yeah, I think that's the other thing. It's not a terrible, but it's not a great collection of CMF characters.
I think like this is I have other hobbies, right?
Sure.
Like trains, like we were talking about earlier. And then there are people that are passionate about Lego. There are people that are passionate about Lego and Star Wars or Lego and whatever. Well, comic books, there are people that are passionate about comic books.
Very passionate.
But I don't know how big the crossover is. Like there are people that like Marvel and DC, not for the comic books, but for the movies. And that's a different thing. And the ones that are passionate about the comic books, they're going to know all those obscure references that you've not seen in the movie. Like most people, I never seen that. Well, it's because you hadn't read the comic book. You've only seen the movies.
Right.
It's like I was so excited when Beyond, what was the cartoon one? Spider-Verse or the one with Miles Morales?
Yeah, it's Into the Spider-Verse.
So that's Miles Morales' character is from a more recent time. It's like after I stopped collecting. So I didn't know anything about him. But I knew about the Spot guy from Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man. So I was excited for him being in there.
Right.
Like, and but that would be like what you call an obscure reference. But it was like that was one of the neat things that happened when I was reading comic books when I was younger.
Right. So
Lego people don't care.
Right. Right. Well, we've been talking about, and I know they've been talking about on breaking news that there's going to be riots in Minneapolis and Fiverton over and I think what I'm going to do is I have this little bag of gray 1x1 tiles, but after or December 1st, whatever, I'm going to order some dark blue ones. and I think I'll have my little minifigs sitting in front of my store, holding up those little. I think those represent those pretty good. They look like little blue boxes.
Oh yeah,
So that'll be my little
yeah.
riot in the streets. Oh well.
Yeah.
It's all fun and games till somebody gets their eye poked out.
Yeah, I think the problem with them is people don't want to. They just don't want a blind bag. They've always been blind bags.
They have.
They've always been blind bags. You could cheat the blind
You could
bags by
cheat the
filling the
blind
packs.
bag. Mm-hmm.
Now you
And
can't cheat the blind bags. So everybody's upset, which I get it because I actually don't want duplicates of but a couple of them, but I haven't even gotten any duplicates.
Yeah,
But
well, you
if
guys
I was-
are.
We're just good at buying the boxes.
Yeah.
Not me. Youngster Bricks has posted a couple times. He thinks, and I know somebody else has done it too. But they said they bring back the little 4-pack. They had the minifigs, and I can't pick one of those up, or I don't have one laying around. But it's like a little 4-pack of minifigs. There was one that had a space.
Yeah.
Toys R Us did.
Yeah,
They had.
It was kind of like a little battle pack before they were called battle packs. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had like a city one, a castle one.
They had them
space
they'd have
one.
six in them.
Well, they might have had 6 in them. Yeah,
Some of them. I mean, there might have been ones with 4, but
no,
I know there was.
Yeah, and then they did some that were on, and they weren't in. There was the hard cardboard one. I think you're right. I think maybe had 6 in them. Then they had some that were like a blister pack. There was a beach scene. There was some kind of rock banded one. I think there was.
Those aren't that old either.
No.
Well, they still do those.
Yeah, I just had some. I just parted out one that was Thor or something.
Yeah.
There's like 4 minifigures and they come with some accessories.
They're
replaced with those blister packs.
That's basically it. Yeah, that's basically what.
They don't ever make anything you want in those right now.
Well, yeah, but if they move the CMFs over to something like that, where if you had the chase figure and 5 other ones, Lego's going to make their money because people are going to chase the one. I guess they would all be chase figures if there were the equal amounts in there. They're all the same, I guess. So I don't know. Do we want to talk about? Well, okay. I want to talk about it just for a second. Brickset posted a story as the color change from light gray to light bluish gray happened today. Well, it's 20 years ago, but it starts with the 2004 sets. So they're a couple months early. So I'm assuming something must have came out probably for the holiday season that had the new light bluish gray pieces. I didn't know if any. I tried to look it up and research to see what came out at the end of 2023 or end of 2003 for the 2004 season. But yeah, I mean, we're 20 years on this new color, and we're still whining about it.
Well, aren't there sets that if you got it one year, you had the old gray, and if you got it the next year, so it's the same set.
There are sets that I think had mixture in the same set.
Well, and that was the posting the posting for and I closed it, that where they apologized in May of 2004. Basically, they thought it was just going to be a non-issue that nobody would notice. So I think that's where you're seeing, you got mixture in some of the sets, and some of the sets had one color, and some had another color.
It's where Lego didn't know their fan base, basically, and it's like I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And so you had people like me that I still had a lot of my castle sets then,
right?
And so people are thinking, "Oh crap! Now it's not going to match."
Right.
And there was space. The people that were into Lego space is the same thing. It's like, so you had the space, and then the trains. It's like now the tracks aren't going to match. Yep. They're going to be, and you can,
Could you imagine somebody today who had no idea buying a vintage sealed set and busting the set open and have 2 different colors? You think they would go nuts like they do on if they order a BrickLink order from you and hey, these 2 yellow bricks don't match.
Yeah.
Yep. speaking of an order, that on the breaking news,
Mm-hmm.
Alex was talking about he sold his sealed Maersk train, and
Maersk
the
train.
guy said all 3 of the train bases were missing, and then Alex sent his, and it got lost in the mail. I'm like, dude, I would have been like, send it back.
That had to be some time ago because he said it was when he was. It was his first BrickLink sale.
Yeah, no,
So
I know it was
had
a
to
long
be-
time ago,
yeah.
but the guy totally ripped them off.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way it was missing all 3, and the replacement got lost. I guarantee you the guy got all 6 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been anytime somebody says they didn't get a piece, and I'm gonna say I'm getting better now. I'm gonna jinx myself because I haven't had anybody call me or email me or say, hey, I'm missing a piece. But I always just assume I messed it up. I send them the piece. If I don't have the piece, I can send them a refund plus a little for the shipping, blah, blah, blah. In that case, you're right. Send it back. Sorry, here's your money. As soon as I get it,
Well, they've already ruined it. They've busted it.
They
open,
busted it.
and
Yeah.
you're gonna get. I think in this situation, he was going to lose no matter what he did.
No matter what he did. But end the bleeding, because if he's going to play the game the first time where he, pulled him out of the box, then just send it back. And I bet you money right then and there, he would have never got another response from that guy.
Yeah.
If you tell somebody, no, send it back.
I've called people's bluffs
Mm-hmm.
on eBay and BrickLink where they said, this came damaged. I said, send me a picture.
Right.
Never hear from them.
Right.
I was like,
yeah.
But it's rare. It's very rare. I'm almost to 5,000 feedback on my BrickLink, which it really should be like 10,000. Because I think probably less than half the people leave feedback.
Yeah.
And it's like I've only had minimal problems. In fact, if I want to be completely honest with myself, I've caused more problems for people than people have caused problems for me.
Yeah.
Because I have asked so many times, hey man, I'm missing this piece. And I go to the drawer and I'm like, yep, I missed that one. So it happens a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had the other day, I sold 3. I was supposed to have 3 Santa Claus poly bags, and somebody ordered all 3, and I had 2 in the drawer, and I was like, oh no, I was in a panic because I'm like, that's a little bit of an older poly bag. Luckily I had one in my collection, but I had 3 at some point. I went and got it out of my personal collection. I still have an extra one in my personal collection, so I didn't give away my last one, but somewhere in here I will find that other poly bag because it's just misplaced.
Yeah.
And because I had it, I wouldn't have put 3 if I didn't have 3 in my hand, but at some point.
So it's funny because sometimes you'll remember things. And it's like when I moved everything around over here, the way I got it now, it's like I found stuff at the bottom of some of those stack-ons, like a piece had fallen. I'm like, oh, I remember when this piece was missing for an order.
Yeah. I can only imagine what might be behind some of my stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like you though. I got mine are doubled up back to back, so there's potential for.
Well, and you got the right directly behind you. I don't know how it is for you, but my middle row, I have bumped into it several times. I've never knocked it over. It may fall over one day, but I think when I've bumped it, I think that has caused pieces to fly.
Full drawers.
Yeah. And I'll hear them like if and I'm like pulling the bottoms out, trying to figure out. And that's why I got them flush together though, because that kind of prevents some of the.
At least they didn't get loose.
Yeah,
or in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So do we want to do the survey?
Yeah.
Or we do comments first?
Do the survey. I put a new one in there because I forgot about it. So I just put something in there. Just
thanks for thinking of something.
As we were talking about something, I just said, let me jot something down.
Okay.
So go over the last one.
Okay, I'm looking for it. Dun, dun, dun. Why is it not? Okay, here we go. All right. So the last survey is, why is Lego releasing the new modular December 1st versus January 1st? So 5% of you think it leaked, so let's go ahead and release it. 7% laying the foundation for 2 per year. That's an interesting choice. 8% someone at Lego lost their calendar. That's good. And 80% think it's a holiday cash grab.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but Alex brought up a good point about sales being down, and maybe it's trying to recoup some by the end of the year.
That cause next year's sales to go down.
Well, no, it's kind of one of those deals. You do it once, you have an increase, so then January you'll lose it, but then next year you'll do it again, so you're kind of doubling up. You get one double up. So if you sold, so that means they've released 2 this year. So you're doubling up this year. So next year, if they don't release 2, you'll lose it one time.
Yeah, you'll lose next year. Yes. Yeah.
I don't think they can. They had an unnatural bump during the pandemic.
Correct.
And now it's leveling off back to what it should be. And I don't think that doing anything is going to make the people that have stopped buying start buying.
Right. Yeah, at some point you have to let it run its course and then not start over, but then it kind of like regroup, And I think maybe last year when they were producing 100 sets a month, that might be to make up for the year before. And
Alex was ranting in a couple of their videos back about there's 250 sets discontinuing this quarter. And I'm like, well, when you make 1,000 a year, you're going to have 250 in a quarter. It's like every quarter.
Did you watch his new video today?
I don't.
Which one was it about?
Okay, so it's him
and Mindy.
And Mindy.
Mm-hmm.
And
is that stupid?
Yes. They send him the 3 little insider things.
Yeah.
And he starts kind of criticizing them, but kind of laughing about it. And she looks at him. She says, "Oh, you're gonna get fired."
But she was harsh.
She said, he opened that ornament and she said, "Oh, look, just like Christmas, it's empty." Then he was like, "Well, you could put something in here." She said, "Yeah, a lump of coal." Or a list of chores.
Yeah, it was pretty sad.
Yeah.
I mean, and then when you look at what some of those things would cost with VIP points, it's like, insider points, which is much easier.
Well, he's doing a whole insider deal, and he's got the hat. And at the end of the video, he looks on the hat, and it's got the VIP tag.
Yeah.
And
crazy silly stuff.
Changing the branding on something like that.
You're going to see VIP forever.
Yeah.
It's just going to be there for. Well, it will be kind of a marker for how far in advance they had some of this stuff produced.
Well, and also it could also be, he said they contacted him, asked him if he would. Basically, it's like, if we send it to you, will you promote it or do a video? So it's kind of like we've got all this old VIP stuff that we need to get rid of, and nobody is going to the website, and
because nobody wants to waste their VIP points
on stuff on prints. I mean, who would?
Right.
I was surprised some of them, like the Fiat ones. I think some of those have sold out, and I'm like, there were 2,800 points. That's like. Wait, I can't do the math because they made it impossible to know the math anymore. The 13,000 is 100. That'd be like $25 for those prints.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like, or $20.
Well, you could simplify it. That would be 140 sets.
Eesh. To scan in.
Yeah, just
do the 20 point
instruction.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. So our new survey is, how many Lego trains do you have?
Yes.
So that we'll put that up for
Yeah, you can change. You could call these out in case y'all want to alter them. I was just putting.
No, yeah, one enough, two or more, all of them. I know several of us are try that
because I'm a nut. Like I'm a
yeah, I'm a nut exactly. Or none, no room, not for me. So
Yeah,
look forward for that one.
Yeah, but even the people who've got no room buy track apparently.
like Jason.
I was gonna say don't start on the couch. You're gonna get Fiverton.
The perfect
couch.
Perfect. I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Alex says he can turn the couch or move the couch, and then the couch could stay, and he could still expand. So Alex has it figured out.
So, what is a train?
Oh,
remember we got into that.
Yes.
Let's go down that one again.
I know.
James.
James.
Yeah.
He was trying to decide if he should start collecting all the different types of Lego trains.
Right.
Oh man, that's a dangerous rabbit hole.
Oh, did you see the one where he had the I'm gonna get it mixed up now. It's the manual crossing gate, right? He put it together and he said, is it a bus station or a train station? And in Europe, it's that little building is actually for the guy to control the crossing gate.
Crossing guard, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bus station or a train station, although then that one does look kind of like maybe a small bus station or something.
I kind of understand though, and like if it's something not from your generation or from your region,
right?
Like, we don't have those here.
No,
I think I've always assumed I knew what that was because watching Smokey and the Bandit as a kid, the guy operating the drawbridge.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
And I just always figured that was the same thing for the trains. The guy operating the.
But why would somebody operate a road crossing?
And but Lionel had remember the one where the little crossing guy would come out of the building when the train got close?
It's like Joey's, it's too far apart. It can only do one side.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of inferred it because all those sets that have a crossing guard guy or whatever, he has a train logo.
Yes,
that's okay. He works for the train, so
he's for trains. Yeah,
but it's like me with fire trucks. Those little pumper cars that are on some of the Lego fire trucks. I'm like, what is this thing? I've never seen a fire truck towing something behind it.
Right.
And then somebody commented on one of my videos. That's how I learned. It's from my videos. Somebody commenting. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what that is.
All right, Earl, you ready for comment?
Chris Cummings, I'm going to do some major whining here. My perception of new to YouTube viewers is that they always look for younger individuals who are aesthetically pleasing to them as far as Lego channel goes. I don't want to mention any particular YouTubers, especially those who are younger, but I wonder how they would feel about somebody my age, he's 50 plus, subscribing to their channel. I'm not just comfortable with some of the ways that these younger YouTube creators present their material, whereas I believe somebody Jabo's age would be comfortable with somebody of any age subscribing to his channel. I had watched a video about the rise and fall of the Brick Queen. I'm not sure what you guys think of that. I'm pretty much new to YouTube since 2019. I'm unknown to the people in the Lego world. I've never been to a Brick World show. Well, Chris, you're known to us because you are a great follower.
He's the one that has is his profile picture George Lucas?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
But
so Jabo could probably talk about the Brick Queen because I never really watched her. I know she was like one of the first big ones supposedly, but
she got in trouble with Lego though, didn't she? Did she do something? What happened? I don't remember what happened. I know she just disappeared. But
are we a drama channel now?
No, we don't have to talk about it.
No. It's just like I think there are a lot of people on YouTube that think they know things about YouTube and they don't. I may be one of them. But like you can't, because you get somebody says something you don't like, you can't go copyright strike them.
Right.
So things like that were going on in this situation, and other things like, how does YouTube itself work? Like, everybody's always trying to figure out the algorithm. But
Right.
one thing I do know, and this is what I've learned from Brick Queen, if you post 40 videos a day on advent calendars, your channel's going to stink. And that's what, sorry. You can't post like 40 videos a day.
Yeah, no.
Actually, I think it was more like 10. But and I may have been one of those people that posted 10 videos in a day. So I kind of learned, like, there was kind of, because I was posting like 2 or 3 a day when I was starting, and it actually helped my channel to grow. But I did realize if you post too many, then they taper off. But
Right.
and YouTube changes. That's the other thing you have to know about YouTube. So, like, what worked in 2010, it didn't work in 2014, and what worked in 2014 doesn't work in 2018, and so on. And so now we're in this situation. Okay.
Well,
I'm sorry
I like to see a video a day from people I follow that I enjoy. Like, I loved it when you did a video a day.
Yeah, and I tried to make them digestible.
Yeah.
But I was watching Jack's films. He's doing like critiques of people's videos. Like, they submit stuff. He has a forum, and each of his videos he's done this. He's had people that make Lego content, and so guess what? Split thumbnail with an arrow. I love it. I was like, please don't love it. Please don't love it. And then hyper edited. He loved it. And I was like, oh my God, this is what I hate about YouTube. But the video wasn't bad at all, but it's just like, that's the style. That's the younger generation style. And the person nailed it. The video's good. But it's like, that's what people got to do now. And that's
But yeah, and to your point, that is growth for young people.
Yeah.
Right. That's where you're going to. So people our age probably do not respond as well to those. And I know my channel, and I've never set out to be a YouTuber. Like, I've said this before, and the first time I got 1 or 2 subscribers, like, oh my, what happened? Why? Who would have dare click on anything?
Why are these people subscribing to me?
Yeah, stop, go away.
But invading my privacy.
But that goes back far enough that I was the same kind of boat you were. This is just a video sharing site, not necessarily I set out to make money or do anything. So now the people who do follow me are probably following me because they're either same age, same, just, they think the same or like the same stuff. And it's the same with you guys. We're not after all the kids, and most of us don't watch the younger kids' video. There's a lot of guys and girls that do some really good stuff. I don't follow them. Sometimes it's just because it's creepy. It's like,
that is kind of a dilemma.
Yeah, there's not a lot of Lego guys I follow. I watch Brick Science because I think he's really good. I watch one of the news channels just so I can try to keep up. And outside of that, I might see a Lego thing every once in a while. But other than it's just, it's those two and you guys. I don't really watch a lot of Lego content because I shouldn't. I watch Alex and Jason, of course, but
I
mean, I don't even watch all of Brian's videos because I start them. I do start almost all his videos, and I watch about 5 or 10 minutes, and it's.
I think Alex and Jason's show for me is going to do well because it's one that I do watch from beginning to end.
Yeah, I do, and if I can't, it's a good car ride one too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll come home for lunch and I'll listen on the back and forth, and then when I get off of work, I'll finish it.
Yeah. And I think that's what people need to remember is that style that I was talking about, that's what's popular for the young people, but there's still a market for people who like the slower paced podcast style things.
And fortunately for us, we're not trying to get rich at it. So we're not going to. Well, Jabo may be.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm rolling in it. I don't have a car.
Yeah. How's your eBay sets doing?
I haven't sold any. I lowered. I'm going to trickle down, lowering the prices.
Put them on auction because they'll get lost. And
Yeah.
on Buy Me Nows, they'll get lost because
I don't know why the buy it now went to 30 days. I don't know.
Because you're not a preferred seller. But if you put it on auction,
this is why I hate eBay.
When you put it on an auction,
I've been on eBay for 20 years. I should be a preferred seller.
Well, it's because you're not paying.
That means I'll pay higher fees than everybody.
You're not paying for a store, or when you're listed, you're not paying the extra. But if you put it as an auction, when it gets to the last day, people will start seeing it because it's ending. It's under ending soonest.
Okay.
So
all right, I'll try to do that.
Yeah, don't lower the price. Just change them to an auction and see what happens.
Okay.
Let's see.
So
Space Time Brick Studio. So many great laughs. I enjoyed listening while I finally started to sort my brick. Can't wait to hear everyone's thoughts on the BrickLink ransom attack. Well, we're finding out that this is a good podcast people listen to while they're sorting bricks.
Yeah.
Which is good. Aaron Grow. Earl's idea for Jabo searching for his vintage parts to complete Fabuland sets is gold. I know, it's so gold. He's going to do it in 2024, and that's how he's going to do a video a day.
Oh, wow. Gold, Jerry. It's gold.
I watched a lawyer, and his videos he's like a storyteller, and he was talking about a case where somebody just got arrested in California. A whole group of people got arrested for doing the Kramer Newman bottle redemption scam.
Right? Yeah. Not gold.
That is illegal. Apparently, they changed the laws after Seinfeld.
Really?
Because actually, people tried to do it after Seinfeld, and they started making specific laws that you can't take these from another state.
Wow.
Well, they only do it in certain states, though,
Yeah.
right? They don't do them all over the country.
Yeah.
Dunkster Bricks. Hopefully, the release of the new GOAT means they are going to do a new farm set or a new medieval village type set. Re-releasing the Tumbler has crashed the price of the original set. Re-releases do affect the prices of the original sets, as far as I can see.
They're talking about the Batman Tumbler?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I guess I should take that one apart.
Aaron Gore, one thing I enjoy about your guys' conversations, you very often pick apart areas or fields of the Lego hobby collecting, and how often you go into YouTube's hopes and hurdles.
Well, we just did that.
You go into YouTube's hoops and hurdles.
Yeah.
It's completely different from most people's content. He's got a synonym there. I don't know what it means. AFAIK.
As far as I know.
See, people text me stuff all the time. I'm like, what? Did Siri say that?
Why are they yelling at me?
My wife texts me out. She always talks to text. So she'll talk on her phone and I'll get it and I'll be like, huh? Let's see. Gears and Bricks. He's got a timestamp. As far as I know, the Indiana Jones Duplo ball came in 2 colors for different versions of the set.
Yeah.
One is lighter gray and another is darker gray. There you go. We were just talking about that. So it depends on which version you are attempting to complete. So there's a light gray and a dark gray. I wonder if that was
that an alternate?
I don't know. I didn't see an alternate.
I didn't see it as an alternate either. That's what I think people, if my memory is correct, people were substituting the more common color. Hold on.
7623 is the set.
Yeah, color info. Dark gray was not in that set. Light gray. dark bluish. Yeah, so the dark bluish gray would have been.
Light bluish gray is the correct color, but I don't
so
see.
I think people were substituting.
Yeah.
Well, I do not think it was an alternate. But again, BrickLink database is not 100% perfect, so there's always possibility of there being alternates that never got inventoried. But that's pretty common. I mean, that's a pretty well-known set. You would think somebody out there would have.
I mean, there's no reference to it on either BrickLink or BrickSet. So I don't know.
How many Lego sets have Duplo pieces in it?
Ooh,
that's a good question.
That is an excellent.
And you know what? I never thought about it in terms of this ball because it's called Duplo ball, but that's a good question because I know there's some of the the expensive stuff they do for business people. What do they call that?
The business cards?
No, they got the $700 set that you can buy, and it's just a pile of parts.
Yeah,
those have Duplo in them.
Yeah. Those are the ones where they're team building exercise. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Dunkster says if you're making videos all the time, you can get a conversation going. It also helps to be relevant and useful and/or entertaining. That's right. That's how me and Jabo kind of started getting along so well, because I would leave comments on his video, video.
Yeah,
we had a lot of back and forth because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how you two got going too. Isn't that how he convinced you to start, Joey?
Yeah, I watched. Yeah, I think it got around the trade was more when we really started talking. But I left a lot of comments and I think you did a couple live. You used to do a lot more live stuff than you do now.
Mm-hmm. I used to have more time.
Well, yeah, we used to be.
I should do more live streams.
He used to have a helper too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, yeah. He will again. Just give him time.
Yeah. Hey, in 5 years, who knows? I might be doing videos every day and all my channels because I'll have more time, hopefully. But or I may be dead.
Nah. Dunkster also says it is a different era. Things have moved on, and there's so much stuff out there now that has taken over from what I used to do. Even some of the later track builds I did weren't getting as much traction as the early ones. One big thing that's changed is that being an AFoOL is no longer quirky. So many people have at least one set in their bunker. I've seen the photos Lego release.
The one set owners.
Yeah. Dude Jude says, great one. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Dude Jude. Beans Bricks. Great show again, guys. Is Samsonite the same as Minitalia?
Oh, no.
That was available in Italy, I think. Did Samsonita have different pizzas than the European Lego, such as the Minitalia had those cool multi-paned windows?
Yeah. So I guess it's a similar principle in that Lego had the manufacturing actually done here from a lot of the pieces that were in Samsonite sets. So that's like Minitalia. I think Minitalia came about because you couldn't import or export into Italy.
Correct. And in Samsonite's case, Lego just didn't know how to do it.
They should have called Art Vandelay.
Art Vandelay, yeah. But did you know that there is a Lego Great Britain, or used to be? It was a separate company, just very similar to the Minitalia. Although I don't know if it was about export. It may have been about export, but it was also like Samsonite. So there was a Lego Great Britain that kind of had the same scenario going on where they were dealing with Lego inside of Great Britain. I don't know how much was manufactured in Great Britain, but so apparently in the early days, Lego did this quite a bit where they just tried to hand it off as a.
I still don't know why they used, because those molds for the Minitalia sets, those were actually
different.
But they were some of the test molds that Lego had done. And so it's like, but why did they choose to do those? I don't know, to keep it separate. And the builds are totally different than other sets.
Yeah. it was a separate company because of the import, very specifically for the import. So
everybody wanted their paper green roof, I guess.
I guess.
One clever pig. The new goat figure is interesting. I think it won't devalue the original, but there will be far fewer sales of the old one. Lego releasing these expensive figures on the cheap is genius on their part. People see the chance to get what they see as a super expensive fig on the cheap. They'll buy tons of them. This is the exact same story as the alleged Captain Rex microfighter. I think it's a smart sales play on Lego's part. It's too bad for sellers on the secondary market, but smart for Lego. Well, I'm going to agree with you because Lego is not interested in the secondary. The only thing about the secondary market they're interested in is if somebody's going to pay that much for an old one, let's just give them a new one and let them buy the new one from us. And that's even if they notice. I don't even think they notice.
So Jamie Berard did a interview with, who is that guy? Sorry, I can't remember your name, but he did an interview with him recently, since he's been on Lego Masters, because it was kind of like he was doing the thing about Lego Masters.
It was Brixie.
Brixie, was that who it was?
I think so. It was about 6 months ago, maybe. We need to get Jamie on this program.
Well, yeah.
Reach out. You got clout.
So at any rate, he mentioned in there that at one point Lego, or at least his team, because he was the designer of the, some of the modulars and trains, but they had noticed that something was getting bought, multiples, and they figured out, it was like, there's this window or there's this piece, and it only came in. So they built one of the modulars that had a whole bunch of those parts in it, thinking they were helping. Oh, look, our customers, our Lego customers, are buying a bunch of these sets, and they're buying this at a really high price on we're going to put them in this set, and that way they'll be more available. And in my opinion, that's good from a Lego designer guy's idea. Hey, we're trying to help the community. Great. From a financial standpoint, I really don't think Lego. The only thing that Lego cares about the secondary market is if they're going to reproduce something like the goat, they're just trying to take advantage of making money. Not that they're trying to collapse the old goat market or the old Captain Rex market, but they're just trying to say, people are buying this, they want it. So here's some, and we'll get that money.
So that's why they put a purple helmet and air tank in $130 set.
I think so.
Yeah, but then they turned around and they give you the purple helmet.
I know, but not the air tank.
Right.
I know,
you still got to buy the $130 set to get now the one piece.
Well, that's not. So that kind of goes to back to my point is that Jamie Berard was like, it's cool. Yeah. We're going to give these parts away in a set in a bunch of quantity.
We'll see, because the rumor mill is that there's going to be the next CMF
going to be space.
Or the one after that is going to be space figures.
Right.
So what if the purple spaceman shows up in that?
My guess is the purple spaceman is going to stay to this day. Getting the spaceman torso is hard. When I was trying to piece this together for this Cosmic Dreams, you still have to buy the CMF, take the arms off, put the new arms on.
What about the orange one? The only way to get the orange one is the orange.
There are people that got it on Bricks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what they do. I bet you won't see a bunch of purple or orange ones in these new CMF, the space CMS. I bet you're going to see
they did the
more new stuff.
The Benny Battle Pack.
Yep.
It's like they should do that with orange,
sure.
Purple. I would. There's probably people to be upset, like if the orange one became available more easily. But why?
I mean, we all have our orange one. We all have our purple one. Are we ever going to buy more? We got them because they were rare, right? I did, and it completes a collection. Yeah. I have red ones and blue ones and black and purple, and I got the green
so
ones.
I could have one of every color. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know that producing more of them is necessary. I think they produced them, the purple ones. I think they definitely they took advantage. They knew people were going to have to get that purple helmet, and they had to buy $100 set to get it, or the
there's no
space tanks or air tanks.
I have a problem with that because they know.
They know. They
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
They absolutely know. So
Let's see. The goat, something awesome. The goat should be on the Pick a Brick by the end of 2024. No need to worry. Though
I
it is
think
possible that the Series 25 goat and the one in next year's medieval market will vary by coloring, in which case it may be a good idea to hunt for the Series 25 goat.
I
That's
think
the
it'd be
problem.
good if they were different prints.
Yeah.
They should be. But it's like, will there be people trying to buy 100 of the goat because they think it's going to be worth a lot because the
Yes.
first one was worth a lot?
Yep. I think
there
they
will be. There
And
will be.
it will never be.
It will never be.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Like every other number one, it will never be number one.
Right.
Gears and Bricks has a timestamp for reference. Once again, in regards to the scale of mirror, Jabo, it's okay if you change your mind. What's LMK?
LMK.
Let me know.
There you go. Just let me know. It's like playing a puzzle game. I've got all the parts on my desk. Also found one of the blank white backer cards in the lot. And the Earl's question, if the cards are genuine official Lego parts, the answer is yes. They have unique part numbers on BrickLink. I believe the 4 cards all come on a cardboard sprue of sorts where they need to be punched out by the builder. There are burrs on the edges of all 4 cards I got, 3 dog cards and 1 blank white. Maybe one day I'll be able to piece a complete set together. Sounds like he's got some of the harder stuff to get.
Yeah, those cards have to be. That's a good Is It Lego thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably printed 4 up and then just perforated in between and you pulled them apart. Something like that.
Jason's Bricks and 5. I feel like when Earl was explaining the baseball card market that Joey just heard it like the teacher on Charlie Brown. The goat is similar to the Star Wars Rebels figures. The sets weren't very popular when they were in stores. Now the demand is higher than the supply, so you end up with the expensive sets and the figs that were on clearance while they were widely available. Yep, and Joey just showed us a picture of the little spaceman, a whole display full of them, the little spaceman pack. So,
yeah,
there you go. There's a perfect example of how many they were. So, if that was a Toys R Us or KB Toys, they were in every one of those stores like that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
About Thorrock's videos about the smaller BrickLink stores not performing well. Another argument is that the sheer amount of Lego for sale on BrickLink has grown exponentially in the last year. Where last year you could live off a store with 500,000 to 600,000 parts, now it easily has to surpass 1 million. I'm doing it full time with 800,000 plus, but I have to use a lot of tricks to make sure to get the orders in.
So, I have. Wait a minute. Let me see where I'm at. If I go to find stores in the U.S., I used when I had 400,000 parts, I was in the top 100 in the U.S.
Right.
All right. So now I'm going by items, not lots. I think that you got people that are just going hog wild with lots, having multiple lots of the same part.
Yeah.
Right.
That kind of inflate their lot count. But so I'm still on the second page, but I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm in the top. I'm like top 80 in the U.S. I have 714,000 parts.
Wow.
And I couldn't live off of what I'm. So it's like I can imagine, like if you're trying to do this for a living, yeah, you probably do have to have in the millions.
Yeah.
Or either you have a lower count, but you have high dollar
items
that are in demand.
Right.
Andrew Mazarian, 10219 is actually based on the Norfolk Southern 3329, which is a EMD SD40-2 which was damaged in an accident several years back, and while in repair, was repainted to the standard NS livery.
Livery, yeah,
Livery.
livery.
Did he?
This
if
is
he
the.
look-
He's going to get it, I'm sure. Yeah.
there
There you go.
you go.
3329.
Trains are fun for their win.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time finding the. I wish I had bought these when they were in stores because it's hard to find these on eBay and stuff. But I need the intermodal cars that go with it, and they're very expensive. If you can find them for sale, in the HO scale.
And I was gonna say in the HO, so they're even hard in the HO, huh?
Yeah, the N scale they're like $200 for the N scale
Wow.
versions, and for the HO scale they're about 200 or more. But I can't find them for sale. This is the HO scale 3329. There was a guy that had the G scale 3329 for sale, but it was $500. Somebody bought it.
For G scale, that's probably not terrible though.
No.
Who was the manufacturer?
MTH, I think. Or maybe it was O scale. It was MTH, I think.
Yeah.
Might have been O scale. Might have been O scale.
If you're gonna play, I was gonna say if you're gonna play in G scale,
with $500, I can almost buy the new Avengers Tower.
Yeah, it's a whole different game. That's what I said when you get a Lego guy and a true train guy. So the comment you just read, that guy's a true train guy. That intersection,
dangerous.
It is. It gets expensive in that intersection.
Brick Jams. I had all the original Indiana Jones sets. I think I have 3 of them left. I traded them off for some other things I wanted at the time. For some reason, I think there might have been a stupid city police station involved. What in the world was I thinking? No comment, buddy. No comment.
It's the thing. Like when you're in the moment.
Yeah, I know.
At that time, you're like, oh, this isn't rare. You're not thinking of that.
Right.
I had all of the Indiana Jones sets, and I don't now. And it's like, what was that? I had all the castle sets. I had all the pirate sets. I don't now. And it's like,
yeah.
Anissa says, thank you. Brick Monkey will save me so much time. It actually does work really well. I suggest you try it out.
Is that the one for seeing what things are?
Yeah, if you take it, I don't know if you can use it for anything other than minifigs, but if you take a picture for the torso, it will
tell you what it is.
Does pretty good about telling you what figs it was on and then what sets those figs were in.
So Geology Joe sent me a picture of some cloth elements that came in some Goodwill, 2 different Goodwill lots. They look like they're Lego, but I can't find what set they're in if they are.
What?
And I was like, I need to do something if any of those image things because it's rare that I get stumped on something where I can never find it.
Wonder if it's like the cloth for the Harry Potter troll or some fig like that.
They're small. They're kind of squarish, but not straight. And they're small.
Do they have a hole punched out of it?
No, and they don't have that's the thing. If they had a hole in it, I would know right away.
So Harry Potter had a cloth of invisibility that went over the top of the minifig, right? It didn't have a hole in it.
What was it called? Is that?
I don't know. It was an invisibility cloak, so it was still a cloak. But I'm pretty sure that was just.
That's what I need to. I just got to find the right keyword. Oh, that one. Okay, I have. There was the big one. I had that one.
It didn't have any patterns on it, or was it?
No, it was kind of one of the kind of tan and dark brown kind of colors.
Okay, so the invisibility cloak is 92862.
Yeah, that one's bigger. That's bigger than what I'm talking about.
Okay.
All right. I didn't mean to get sidetracked again. That's what I do.
That's all right. Mayo, in the last episode, I was more so talking about the town vehicles from the early 90s, like the trauma team, surf and sail camper, or that fire engine from the 90 fire station. I think you guys were thinking more so about the vehicles from the city centra in the late 90s. Yes, we were.
He's right.
It
I
was a
was
weird,
thinking that.
yeah, it was a weird trend all throughout the 90s. Jabo has ordered over Jabo has over 66,000 subscribers. Only 1,000 of them probably know probably know he's uploaded over 7,000 videos. 24,000 people watched that surprise gold box video. Only a handful of us remember insignificant little details from that video. Only I know Joseph more than he knows himself. Those are his words, not mine. Keep up the good work with the podcast.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah. And I do remember the original video
Yeah.
with that. But I don't remember the details like you may have.
Right. Yeah.
I had to do it the other day on my other channel. I couldn't remember if I had something, so I just asked people in the video, and then sure enough, people, oh yeah, you got this in that video. I'm like, okay, thank you.
Pasta Jensen, the same experience here, but thanks to him, I found BrickTsar and BrickTrains. So that's when we're talking about how we found each other, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Geology Joe, is there a difference between a Lego addiction and a Lego obsession? If not, then I'm addicted. Yeah. You ever get the I know you do, Jabo, because you just did it. You get the bug like the Technic minifig.
Minifigures. Oh,
You were like, you decided I'm getting them all. And there was no patience, no long game. You just
I went
and found them.
Yeah. And the same thing with the Jack Stone figures.
Yeah.
It's like, but I feel good because I'm done.
Yeah.
I just used that monkey, brick
Yeah.
monkey, and I found out this is a $14 minifig laying on my desk. So
it's
Neat.
pretty neat.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. I did installed it right after you mentioned. I installed it, took a picture, and there he is. Interesting.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty neat. Let's see. Keel Jones. Target Online has the Black Panther bust for $179. LOL.
No, let's see. We'll be talking about this on the next podcast.
So is that going to be the set that is like the Cara Dune Star Wars set that just will not go away?
Yeah, it might be.
So every now and then a set like that might become in demand later.
Yeah.
Like the original UCS sets.
Yeah, that's why I got the Cara Dune set. I got it put up. That's why I talked Joey into getting one, because one day people are gonna say, "Man, I remember when we could not buy that. It was everywhere. It was on sale for so long."
Oh, unrelated, but I've just BrickTech did a video, and it's funny. He came into the realization the same time I did. Lego Friends has no resale value.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I could have told you that.
Because I've been going through, like, I got sealed ones.
You might as well
back to the original series, and I'm like, these aren't worth what I paid for.
Yeah, I'm always telling you about selling sets versus parting them out, but on Lego Friends, and you know what the problem?
Part them out as soon as you get them.
Because the problem is, there's the minifigs.
Yeah, there's no demand for the minifigs.
That's what the problem with them is.
Yep. I will usually even pass them up when they're on clearance for the part out, unless it's got something cool pieces in it or something. Because like you said, the minifigs are.
Lego Builder. The new modular is kind of cool. Kind of not. It's cool, kinda not. They wanted just more money. Brick Jams. You were allowed up to 3 of the trophies per one email address to the same shipping address. So what did I do?
I dragged it. I actually could have got 3 of them, and I
didn't even get one.
I forgot to go redeem them, and I went, and it's like, they're sold out.
I didn't even get one.
Yeah.
Build Lego. The $250 gift with purchase really isn't worth it, since Lego did a terrible job remaking Majesto's workshop.
Yeah. I will say this. I did, I broke my cheat day. I mean, I I lost the contest. I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna
but
spoiler.
I am
alert.
not. I can't see me buying anything coming up for that. I'm
Yeah,
not in.
you will. You will because you'll find something in the clearances you'll buy another soccer set to put with the other one, so you can have two to part
Well,
out.
that's true. I'll end up buying something that's just a part out.
Part out, yeah.
But I can't think. Now I did see on there they had like the Eiffel Tower was going to be $100 off,
Mm.
and I would like to actually have that set and build it and have it. But
Well, it'd be a perfect time to get it because there's going to be double VIP plus 2 gift with purchases, I think.
and $100 off.
And yeah,
But it's also I need a car, so
yeah,
that's a big chunk of money.
yeah. Let's see. Sin Killer Tachikawa. I gave up trying to navigate with YouTube buttons a long time ago. I just type a few characters into my address bar and I let it show me the page to click from history. Yeah, that's pretty smart. Gears and Bricks. I'm trying to watch this without laughing and I failed.
That was the
That was at the 2-hour. That was the commercial, I think.
I think the commercial, yeah.
Which
no, actually, it was his timestamp was the clean bathrooms references.
Oh.
Oh.
When you talked about the Bucky's clean bathroom,
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Which the commercial got a re-air and
okay. All right, so I commented on the video. So, are we going to play back us watching them react to our reaction?
No, but I'm glad people enjoy some of the stuff that we do in here. Did speaking of that, did you see the AFoOL's response to our commercial?
Yes, that was too good. Oh
was
man,
so funny.
that was it was comedy gold, man. It really was. It
that
was
right there.
fantastic.
But don't take our word for it. Hear what the guys themselves have to say. Here's BrickTrains,
Buy it now. Just hit the button. It's done.
the AFoOL All-Star Jabo.
And these guys are masters at hyping up garbage.
Last but not least, Mardi Gras Man.
it affected me. That's the only negative I see.
Thanks, Earl. Couldn't have said it better myself. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, then reach out to the Bricking News marketing team.
I think we just
Reach us
became
via
a
email
bad
at
reaction
jasonsbrickling5
channel.
at gmail.com.
I would never go back. All we did was laugh. What was it you said?
Don't forget to breathe.
That made it
it's-
all worth it.
It did, yes.
You know.
Right, that moment.
Oh, if I'd have thought about it, I could have, but I don't have it
It's
queued
like
up.
this ongoing cycle.
You can play back us reacting to us. I don't have it queued up.
5 or 10 gal. Here we go. Another episode of another episode of you all just rambling on, and yet I'm still listening. Space will always be an issue, with or without the couches in the beds. When will you be bringing the ladies on? We need their view of their addiction, of your addiction. Well, you don't want my wife on to talk about my addiction to Lego, because I hear it every day. I say every day. It's like I'm like, I don't need this. Well, if it was a Lego set, I bet you would need it.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
Pasta Jensen, I only watch your videos because of your looks and your sparkling personality. He must be talking to you, Jabo.
No,
Awesome.
Kona Sting. That's a new name. Kona Sting. That's a new one. Guess
Yeah, I
my
think so.
comment about the goats got deleted. Thanks. Was that because I mentioned you could buy them for cheap, but they are all fake Lego? Where does the line get drawn? FX switches and tracks are okay, but everything else is bad. Come on.
I commented on that one, didn't I? Reply it.
Wait a minute.
No.
The previous
No,
comment.
he's okay. So that comment he's made on a couple videos. Then, go ahead. What were you gonna say, Jabo?
I mean,
Well, I was gonna say I didn't delete his video or his comment. I didn't see it, and I went back and I looked through blocked to make sure it wasn't blocked, and it wasn't blocked. So I don't know if it, I've ran in it too before where I think I've left a comment. I think on the app, I think if you're leaving a comment and the video rolls into the next one, it'll leave a comment, because I accidentally left a comment for Jabo's channel on some off-roading, and then the off-roading
I've
people.
waited to the end of the video.
Yeah.
That happened to me. It's
Yeah.
posted on the wrong video. Yes.
Yeah, and the off-road people, they commented like, "What the heck are you talking about, idiot?" And I'm like, sorry, delete. That ain't supposed to be on that. Yeah, I don't know why you would want to know anything about Lego sets.
And then Pasta Jensen has a timestamp, and whatever we were talking about, he says, looks like I have to wait till the end of December for mine. Maybe it must be the possibly the modular.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wonder if when mine will come. Will they ship it? Will it arrive on December 1st, or will they ship it on December 1st?
They'll probably ship it on December 1st.
Yeah.
So let's see.
This
one is up to 1,800 views. So let's do our weekly, if we remember, check. The bracket finale is still the top dog at 160. Then we've got Brian 127, the Space Train 124, Alex 122.
Oh wow! You got 4 over 120,000.
And then we've got The Older We Get.
Yeah.
That one is approaching 100. It's got 95,000.
Yeah.
And then there's a big drop off to the next one, which is at 58.
58,000. Yeah.
It's still pretty. It's pretty.
Well, and here's the one that I think is it's not pulling in those numbers. Let me see if I can see it real quick. So yeah, we usually within the first few, I guess within the time frame of one podcast to the next, we get about 2,000 views, which I didn't think.
The thing is that some of so if you go down a little bit, 73. So we're on 87. So 73 is up to 43,000.
Yeah. That's a bunch.
That's kind of recent. That's not recent for us.
Yeah, you have to go down quite a bit before you even drop below 10,000, that goes back to 76. That's a Brian video too. So, but on on Spotify, we're getting 40 to 50 listens.
Really?
Yeah, per episode. So,
if you're listening on Spotify, leave us a rating. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
You can do that on
Please
Spotify.
do, but I'm not sure what that does.
One of these days, Jacob is going to walk by and do his mystery machine.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I got the podcast got on so Amazon Music is what I typically will listen to, background music or whatever at work. I'll just turn it on, and that Amazon account is not associated with anything BrickTrains related. And the podcast got recommended to me on my Amazon Music account. So I was like, wow. I don't know. I'm sure there's some kind of AI spookiness working in the background and tied us together. But
I was at work, and I don't think I'm giving away anything proprietary here, but I was talking with a coworker about a center that was having trouble calling this place, and it was a nurse navigator, which is some kind of nursing call center.
Okay.
I got the next ad I got on YouTube was about nurse navigator. And I'm like, that is too specific and highly, I don't care about it. Like that had to be my phone listening to me. Cause I'm like, how did I get this ad?
It was 2 or 3 episodes ago. I mentioned the highlights magazines in the doctor's office, just as and I still get those on my Instagram ads.
Yeah.
So are we still linked to snack foods like Cheetos and?
I don't see that.
I almost went the whole episode.
It will be now.
Oops. Well, you know,
you guys need to talk about Taylor Swift's boyfriend. Maybe we'll get the Swifties listening to us.
they might be in trouble this week because because she is overseas somewhere on her world tour, and he is, you know, he went
Right.
Kelsey, if you listen to AI, went and visited Taylor Swift on his week off, but now he's back, and she's not going to be at the game because she's on her world tour overseas. So,
Hey, I wonder if we could get Taylor Swift on an episode. Do you think maybe we should reach out to her?
Yeah,
Might give her a little boost in popularity. Or
might,
something.
we could. She seems like she needs it.
I mean, obviously Travis Kelce has helped her,
no doubt.
I like, what, man? Can you imagine getting the Lego community behind that?
Wow, her
She might not
popularity
know
went
what
to
to do
sue.
with
I
that.
know it. Yeah, we'll have better luck getting Jamie.
What does Taylor Swift do again? What's her thing? What's her thing? What does she do?
Taylor Swift?
Yeah,
she sings a couple songs.
yeah.
Oh, can you name one of them?
I don't know. You know, my wife just took two of my granddaughters to her movie concert.
Oh,
They went and sat in the movie theater for a 3-hour concert on the big screen.
That's sad.
Yeah. Well, look, the kids loved it.
Well, and that's the thing. If the people that like watching you are entertained, then it's a great thing.
Yeah.
But
The kids love it. She's been around long enough to where she, like my daughter is in her mid-20s and is a fan because she was a fan.
Oh.
And now the youngest one's a teenager. You know, the two that she took is a teenager and a 11-year-old. And they're, you know, the 11-year-old, it's what?
And the band will never break up because it's just one person.
Yep.
Huh?
I said,
yeah, that's right.
That's right. We get these bands you like, and then they break up because somebody leaves.
Yeah. And then they do reunion tours for 20 years, and they just keep changing out the front man.
Yeah.
Like Styx is still performing.
Oh my God, there was two different Styx for a while there.
And I don't even know if anybody in the current Styx band that goes around and performs is from the original Styx band.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say I could click on this Taylor Swift thing and tell you a song, but I'm pretty sure that would not only get that video denied or demonetized.
Well, what's your favorite Taylor Swift song? Because
leave us a comment.
There you go.
Homework assignment. Leave us a Taylor Swift song, your favorite. Jason, I expect one from you, buddy.
oh no, I got a question. Tell me a Taylor Swift song that you think I will like.
Ooh.
That would be good. Because I mean, it's like I'm not into a lot of
current music,
contemporary music, like from this generation. Not because I don't listen to the radio. I don't listen to the radio, so I don't get the new stuff. And that doesn't mean anything. That's because I have from other people. There was another YouTuber did a video, and he used copyrighted music. I was like, that song was pretty good. And I was like, that's a pretty recent song. I was like, that's pretty good. So I know there's good stuff out there.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't usually hear the new stuff.
Yeah.
So tell me something that's good.
Okay.
That I will like. And it's not about my boyfriend breaking up.
Well, now you're done. I don't think. Yeah.
Wait, that's country. That's country.
Was that country, Taylor?
No.
You know what you get when you play country music back? Get your dog back, your car back, your house back, your wife back.
You got to play it backwards.
You got to play it backwards.
Do y'all have Texas Roadhouse?
Yes.
They play the worst country music videos, and they're all the same video. Even though the setting may be different, it's the same video, basically. If you're ever in Texas Roadhouse, just kind of look up at the videos and then think about it. What I'm saying,
man, we've got all kinds of. This video is not brought to you by Texas Roadhouse. It's not brought to you by Taylor Swift. It's not brought to you by Jolly Ranchers. It's not brought to you by Frito Lay.
Oh my goodness.
No sponsor affiliates.
IDK.
I don't either. All
I
right.
do know that one. I know that one.
Jabo, you want to get us out of here?
Sure, man. We want to thank you for watching another AFoOL podcast. You know, we're just a couple of how many of us are there? There's 3 of us here. We love talking about Lego and whatever else we were talking about while Joey was gone. And if you want to see us back again real soon, hit that like button. If you got Taylor Swift's phone number, let me know so we won't get her on here in a couple weeks. And if you didn't like it, IDK, AFIK, and LMNOPK. See you guys.